This video is proudly sponsored by BQA Software, providing better quality apps across the world. Well, hello there everybody, and welcome to a MCEdit tutorial. I had somebody request a tutorial in MCEdit, so I'm just going to do a basic tutorial in MCEdit. If you'd like me to go over something specific, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to add an episode to this tutorial and go over that. The first thing I'm going to go over is simply moving. I generated this world in MCEdit. You can do that when you load it up for the first time. It will ask you if you want to create a world or load a world. So if you want to edit a world that you've already done, you click on load a world instead of create. If you're having trouble opening it, it's possible you might need to run with administrator settings or permissions. So just right click on the icon that says MCEdit and go down to run as administrator, and then you can do that. So to move, you use WASD, WASD, just like you would in Minecraft, although it's a bit different than you would think, because in Minecraft, W and S just move you forward and backwards, even if you're looking up. But in this, when you're looking up and down, it moves you up and down. So there are two other buttons. I have mine set to Z and Q. I don't know if that's what they are by default. But if you press escape and you go up here to controls, you can actually change it. So you see forward, back, left, right, and then up and down. And then, oh, I pressed quit by mistake. Let me run as administrator. Give me a sec. Alright. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, when you're on this menu, you have to press escape instead of quit, like I did by mistake. Now, if you're in MCEdit, you might be noticing, oh no, I can't move. Why is that? You're just moving this little cursor around. Minecraft doesn't have a cursor, you just move with you just look around with the mouse. If you hold the right click button, your box will come in closer to you and you can actually look around. So that's the controls. Again, you can change the controls by pressing escape and going to controls. Okay, so we'll go over selecting now. So let's say I don't want this village in here. I just generated a random super flat world, but I don't want this village right here. So I'm gonna click right here, and it kind of takes a bit to get used to. You can come over here, or you can simply fly over here so you can get a better view of exactly where you're placing it. And then just let go when you're done. So now, right now I have this, I don't have the entire village selected, I only have the first layer of the village selected. But I can easily just click on the top and drag it up and down wherever I want. Or you can come down here and use the nudge tools, and you can nudge things up and down and left and right and everything. Okay, so now that I have this village selected, I can press delete, and that will replace everything with air. Now, let's say I wanted to replace that whole village with a certain kind of block. I would go to fill and replace, and since I already have this village or this area selected, I don't need to select a new area. But if you don't have an area selected, you'll need to select an area, and then go to fill and replace. You can simply fill stuff. So I'm going to fill all of this in with, let's do granite. It'll take a little while, and then obviously the bigger the space, the longer it will take to load. I'm sorry. And then you press Control D to deselect your selection. So now you have this big giant chunk of granite. You can also, let's say you make your selection like this. And so you want this corner to be stone, let's say, but you don't want to fill in this entire area with stone. You go to fill and replace, and you click on this little replace right here. So you're finding granite right now, and you want to replace it with stone. If you accidentally put these in the wrong place, you can just press the swap button, it'll swap them for you. But right now I'm looking for granite, and I'm going to replace that granite with the stone. So I can just press replace, then Control D to deselect, and then I got that little corner right there made entirely out of stone. So that's filling and replacing and selecting. The next thing and the last thing I'm going to go over in this episode is the brush tool. I've had a few questions about the brush tool. So when you open up MCEdit, I don't know, it might be a square, it might be a circle, I'm not sure, but you can change it round, diamond, square. I'll just show you what each of these look like. So this is like a sphere. This is was that a tetrahedron or a diamond, whatever. And this is a cube. And then you can change the dimensions using length, width, height, or height, length, and width. And then you can move it up and down with the mouse wheel if you're using an actual mouse. I don't know how to move it up and down on a laptop. You might be able to use the 2-finger scroll, but I've never tried it before. So just for this tutorial, I'm going to be showing people, I'm going to show you guys how to make a circle, because that's the main thing that people have asked me for. So just to make a circle, you drop the height down to 1. So now you've got just this circle. I'm going to put it at ground level, so it'll be actually inside the ground. And then you can change let's change it to a 25 by 25 circle. Okay, so this is going to be a circle that's 25 by 25. Now, you click on it, it does nothing. Not Cortana, I did not say Cortana. You click on it, and it doesn't do anything. People are like, what the heck, my circle's not working, why is that? It's probably because your mode is set to erode. I don't know why, but MCEdit does that by default. You want to click on it and change it to fill. And then of course it'll ask you what you want to fill it with. Let's say I want to fill it with, I don't know, fill it with water. As you can see, this water has every single type of water. If you want a source block of water, do this one right here. So I'm going to do that. So if I want a pond that's 25 by 25, I can just do that. And that'll make a pond right there. Yep. I think that's all I wanted to talk about right here. Something else I should mention. I'm going to make this like square. Okay. In MCEdit, if you've ever like looked at some cool maps that people do or whatever, and you see like floating water, that's probably because they use MCEdit. And water will actually float in MCEdit if you put it there and tell it to float. This water actually might start flowing down once you go into the world. But let's say you did sand here instead. Let me just search for it because I don't know the ID. But yeah, this will not fall unless you put something next to it. So let me open up Minecraft real quick and show you what I mean. Okay, let me see. Minecraft. Okay. So let's open up the world. I named it MCEdit Tutorial World right here. Oh, something else I should mention, and I did this wrongly, but you should always exit your world in MCEdit before you go to Minecraft, and vice versa. Whenever you're done in Minecraft and you want to go to MCEdit, you should switch. To log out of a world, you just hold Control and press W. And then go back to Minecraft. Alright. Let me put myself in creative. Alright, so you can see over here we have this giant block that I replaced the thing with. Oh, so it doesn't fall. Alright, so yeah, this water doesn't even fall when you're in it. Now it's possible, when you put a block next to it, it might update the water block. and it might cause it to flow, but we'll see if it works or not. Yeah, so all that did was update that water block and told it, hey, you're supposed to be flowing, and that started flowing. And the same will happen with the sand. It'll actually probably look pretty cool. It'll probably smother all those mobs down there too. And it's lagging a bunch. Whew, that's laggy. Yeah, so each sand block is basically updating each sand block around it. And yeah, this is, hold on, let me change the render distance to like really, really close, like 4. And hopefully that will update the sand faster. It did not. Oh, yep, there we go. So yeah, all that sand fell then and crushed all those mobs beneath it. That creeper got out though. Good for that creeper. Okay. So yeah, that's about it. This water, the water doesn't work the same way. So like this source block updated, but that didn't update the source blocks around it. You'd have to place blocks next to each individual one in order for them to update. But whereas the sand, as you saw, you placed one next to it and then they all fell because they all updated each other. If you're building a world, make sure to remember that if you do something like a giant sand cube and you make it fall, that's not always good because it's going to take forever to render everything and it'll slow the game down a bunch. As you saw, I have a very powerful computer and it still couldn't run all the updating sand. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Again, if you guys have anything specific that you want me to go over in MCEdit, let me know and I'll be happy to do that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.